So apparently, we just spoke about it yesterday that if Arsenal don't get Rafinha, which most likely that will happen, that we won't get him, um, we just want Serge Gnabry or Moussa Diaby. But it looks like transfer circles have picked up that news, picked up all the sentiments of all the Arsenal fans from various websites, the comments, everything, and they have put up a news that we have. Yes, we're going to talk about Serge Gnabry to Arsenal. We're also going to talk about Noah Lang coming into the midst. What is wrong with the whole Lisandro Martinez deal? Where are we? Are we there yet? What are we doing? What are we wasting time for? We're going to talk about everything. We're also going to talk about the update regarding Nicola Pepe, whether he's leaving or not, and what is the role of new Arsenal signing Marquinhos. We got to know that as well. We got a super update about Fabio Vieira. You know, we Arsenal fans, we really, really are behind Rafinha. We were behind Lisandro Martinez so much that we forgot to appreciate the signings that we've already made in terms of Fabio Vieira. So we got an update from Bruno Fernandes, what he wants to say about what Fabio Vieira brings to the table. So the first news is, of course, 90-minute football, and not only them, a lot others as well. There are reports which suggest that Arsenal are monitoring Serge Gnabry's contract situation at Bayern Munich and could attempt to bring him back to the Emirates Stadium. 90-minute has understood. So it looks like the reports that are actually coming out, Arsenal are looking for reinforcements and, more importantly, alternatives in that winger position. They're looking for a wide attacker, and we'd better think the same. Moving on, so that's how Daniel Ballard looks. Yes, in a Sunderland kit. Well, yes, permanent deal, 4-year contract with Arsenal, are going to get a significant. They put a significant salon clause as well. So, good move for all the parties. But before talking about Moussa Diaby, here's a message of Daniel Ballard to all the Arsenal fans and, of course, to the Arsenal. So, posted images, and of course with the message from Daniel Ballard on Twitter. Thank you, Arsenal, for the last 14 years of my life. I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing people throughout that time. I'm so grateful for everyone's help throughout the years. I will always hold a special place in my heart for the club. That was really fascinating to hear that. So interesting news, ladies and gentlemen. But moving on to more important things that Arsenal should talk about or will talk about is we got an update about Moussa Diaby. So where exactly do we stand with Moussa Diaby? Bayer Leverkusen's sporting director Simon Rolfs spoke about the future of Moussa Diaby. He says, "I'm optimistic about Moussa that he will play here next season, but when clubs with incredibly large financial opportunities bid for such a player, we have to sell a top player at some point." So, if you throw the money, Moussa Diaby will be coming in. But first of all, I'd really like to apologize. I did not know that Moussa Diaby had a fantastic season last time around. One of the comments pointed that out. I checked it out, and yes, he did have a fantastic season. I'm pretty much sure the goal contributions that was mentioned in that comments was 32, but it was actually 31 across all competitions, which Diaby has done fantastic to earn, and I'm pretty much sure getting linked to any club apart from Leverkusen would be a privilege for such a talented player. So I apologize for my um, um, my illiteracy in I did not know that his game was superb. So really cool. So it would be a very, very fascinating player to get at Arsenal. But moving on, let's talk about him, because we got to talk about him. Lisandro Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. What is it all about now? Is he going to be the Rafinha 2.0? What is happening? Well, apparently, Fabrizio says that Arsenal have no intention of going on a bidding war for Rafinha. Club are working right now on Lisandro Martinez's transfer, who is their priority. They want to be as fast as possible because of also Manchester United's interest in the player. Even Mark Goldbridge says that Arsenal really are pushing hard for Martinez. Let's see where things will go. Because Simon Jones says that Man United are expected to make a major push for Martinez this weekend. Sportsmail understand that Martinez is open to either possibility of Arsenal or United and has not closed off the prospect of joining Arsenal should they reach an agreement with Ajax. So that's not over yet. Nothing is over yet. So Fabrizio says that my understanding is that these are two different negotiations at different stages. Arsenal have already submitted official offers to Ajax of around 40 million euros plus add-ons for Martinez, while United are busy with Tyrell Malaysia and De Jong, but have had contact with Lisandro's agents. The player is far open to join both the clubs. Arsenal are insisting a lot for this week because Arteta is understood to be a big fan of Martinez, considering that he's a versatile player with top team skills. So we'd have to wait to see where we belong with Martinez, because Pete O'Rourke opened up about Lisandro Martinez and Arsenal. He says, he's got an update. He says, Arsenal and Arteta will be desperate to try and push this deal closer to prevent anybody coming to get him, because they want it to come down to a decision. They don't want it to come down to a decision for the player between Arsenal and United. They would like to get the deal wrapped up as soon as possible. Well, yes. So technicalities is what Arsenal depend on, and of course they should depend on. Also, we got an update from Ben Jacobs regarding Lisandro Martinez. He says the latest update is that my understanding on this deal is that Arsenal are still very much in front, the front runners. I think they're going to have to end up paying in excess of 40 million pounds, probably somewhere more like mid 40s and add-ons on top of that as well. This will not be a cheap deal. The last update I got from Arsenal was that they're working on it. They're confident, they're hoping to table another offer, and that they will reach an agreement to at least get that deal to the point of them talking to the player. So, interesting recycling of the news that is actually happening all over the internet. So if you think that where exactly, if you have a question in your mind that where is Lisandro Martinez, IG, what's wrong with the whole thing? Why is it suddenly, so silent? Well, to be fair, I also don't know why is it so suddenly silent. Let's see. Moving on, so Kaya Kainak has an update regarding Marquinhos and what happens to Nicola Pepe at Arsenal. Well, I don't know if there is one Arsenal fan who would want to tell that Pepe should stay at Arsenal, because that's not even what Pepe is thinking at the moment. So Kaya Kainak says, I think a lot of that depends on what happens in preseason and what happens with Pepe. The Ivorian still needs to have his future sorted out, and with his wages and the lack of money on the continent, I would not be surprised if he ends up leaving on loan. But let's wait and see on that one. As for preseason, keep an eye on Marquinhos. He's been described as one for the future, but the same was with Martinelli. When he came into the club, if he impresses, then there's no reason why he could not be involved next season too. And talking about the under-23, Kaya says there has been an indication that Arsenal would like to take their time when it comes to making the decision of who will be their under-23 coach. Mertesacker understands how important a job it is and wants to get the decision right. There's also a chance of an internal appointment. Mehmet Ali was appointed Betsy's assistant and is still at the club, so could be a contender too. Moving on, let's talk about the bigger update that we have for you guys. We already opened up about the whole thing about Lisandro Martinez. Bruno Fernandes has to say something about Fabio Vieira. Well, he says, I welcome all Portuguese players who go abroad, and I hope he can shine to the fullest, except against me. Fabio has a lot of quality and has been demonstrating that, and whether in the FC Porto is in the under-21s, he's had good numbers and good performances. I hope he succeeds like all the Portuguese out there. We have to start valuing what is ours, and I hope that Fabio manages to be as good as possible despite of wanting to stay ahead. Interesting news and update, but more importantly, just when we talk about Arsenal need a winger, why do we keep coming back to Noah Lang? Like, why? Seriously, why? Not just I'm going to talk about the attitude issues and what the price tag everyone says he will be available at. But why? But apparently, yes, it looks like Arsenal could turn their attention to Noah Lang if they cannot get Rafinha. So from Rafinha to Noah Lang, baby. Wow. The downfall is real. According to Spanish publication Mundo Deportivo, who notes that Mikel Arteta considers him as a plan B if Rafinha does not work out. What? It's... wow. I do not believe this, but okay, whatever floats your boat. I let me know what you guys think about Noah Lang to Arsenal. Should he be the player to replace our interest into Rafinha? Should we stick to Gnabry or Moussa Diaby? Now the question is, I asked you guys Gnabry or Rafinha, you said Gnabry. Now my question is simple. Gnabry or Musa Diaby or Noah Lang. Maybe if I don't include Noah Lang into it, but whatever, I'll keep it open. Noah Lang, Gnabry or Musa Diaby, knowing what these all can bring to the table. Let me know what you guys think about this. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.